Hello everyone, welcome to the review of the new Alchemist 2 Chainz Larry June album, Life is Beautiful. The reason I'm in my room right now and not in my car is because it's cold. It's really cold outside and it's a snow day, so this album is pretty cool. I mean, 2 Chainz and Larry June, they don't have the most chemistry, but they are both very good over the Alchemist beats. As for the beats themselves, the Alchemist really does bring a lot to the table. He has a lot of heavier tracks. He has a lot of lighter, jazzier, light tracks. It's very unique, and I like the versatility with the production here. And as for Larry June and 2 Chainz wipes. He is really good. He makes up most of the catchy choruses throughout this album, and also he's just a lot better than Larry June here. But both of them are still good. Larry June is not bad. That's not what I'm saying. As for concepts and all that throughout this album, I mean, I feel like it's pretty simple. There's nothing too hard to understand here. And yeah, it's time for the tracks with the first track, Munyon Canyon. Amazing song. Angelic beat, accompanied by some really good rapping. And I guess this song, if I were to describe it, is silky. It's just so smooth, and I mean, I think that both 2 Chainz and Larry June do amazing on this track. The second track is good, harsh beat. I like the harshness of it, but it can be a little too harsh, and this track is a little repetitive sometimes. As for the general flows, I would say that the flows are great, and it's just a great track. Track 3 is a very chill song with a chill beat. 2 Chainz kind of carries this song though, I feel like, which kind of weighs it down. And I mean, it's just a chill track. Next we have LLC. This song just kind of is a little boring, mainly in the production era. I think the flows and rapping is great and solid throughout here, but the production on this song is just really boring. We have Bad Choices, which has a very solid beat and also just has very solid chemistry throughout the song, and generally I'd say that it's a great track. It does lack in a couple ways, I will say. Then you have the title track, Life is Beautiful. Super crazy flute beat. I mean, the flutes just add to kind of this beauty and aroma to this track, and I mean, very solid. I do like that. I will say that's only flaw is that slightly repetitive, but this track is also, I would say, angelic. Of course, Generation is a great track. It has an insanely hard beat with some really good rapping. One of the big highlights from this album. I really can't come up with any flaws of this thing. It's just such a sick song and is a very hard banger. But unfortunately we jump into Any Day, which kind of slows this album down a little. It's also just a slower song, and I feel like the chorus is also pretty slow. It does have good verses, but still, slower track. It just feels kind of weird right after Generation. Then we have the 9th track, which I would generally just say is a very smooth track, even though I do find it kind of nauseating in a way, but still very smooth flows, smooth beat. It's just kind of long, which kind of gives it this weird fever dream type vibe to me. I don't know why. As for the 10th track, it's very solid. It has a really developed beat with a lot of cool things implemented into it, and the rapping is solid. It's just another solid track, and I feel like that's a very big pattern here, is a lot of just solid tracks. Okay, in the final track we have track 11. It's a pretty lengthier track that's a little repetitive, but I will say that the beat on this track is immaculate, along with some really good rapping, and it is just a great closer for the album. Time for my general thoughts of this album. I would say it's very consistent, it's very short, and it doesn't feel too repetitive. Even though I do say that it's kind of repetitive, it doesn't feel that repetitive because it's kind of a nice short snack, I guess we can say. I would say that every track here is fresh, and I just love the versatility here. Though there are some kind of slower, more boring tracks that kind of weigh the album down, it's still a great project, And I mean, good flows, stellar production. Sure, Larry June and 2 Chainz is a very odd combo that doesn't make too much sense, but sure, they don't have too much chemistry together, but they do have chemistry with the Alchemist beat, and I feel like that just kind of adds to this kind of mixtape feel in a way. I would say this is just a soothing album. It works perfectly when you're like doing something and you need something in the background to work with. But yeah, it's a consistent album, short and sweet. I like it a lot. As for the awards, the worst song on this album, I will say, is LLC. It's very boring. It still has great flows and great rapping. It's just when this album falls flat, it's typically in the production. As for the most underrated, it is Life is Beautiful, the self-titled. Not the most streams, which is kind of surprising. Great song, amazing beat, and I feel like people should really give it more of a shot here. As for the most overrated track, I will say it's Bad Choices. This track did come out before all the other ones, which obviously means it has higher streams, but still, I'm not crazy for it. It's just kind of there. Best song here is Munyon Canyon. Very good track. I mean, the beat, the immediate shock of the beat when you first enter the album is amazing, and the song is just amazing if I were to describe it. Just a very good track. And I said it already, but this album is very consistent. There are a couple of slower tracks here, but I will say that this album is one of my personal favorites from this year so far. A great album. So yeah, I'm going to give this album a light 8. So yeah, it's on par with Balloonerism, and I think that's fair, because I can't decide which one's better as of now. They're both very great, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow with another review from Tyga. I'm not excited to do that one, but still, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I've just been very caught up recently, but hopefully once I eventually get like a couple free days, I can start releasing some more short form content, and once I'm all caught up on that, I can eventually start branching out and doing other stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.